So I walk 20,000 steps every single day for the month of May while eating a high fruit plant-based diet, and this is what I learned. So just to bring up, I have done this challenge before. I've actually done it over 4 times, walking and eating a high carb plant-based lifestyle. And so in my head, the first thing I think of is that I know that this is possible. What got me into doing this challenge and what even got me into eating a high fruit plant-based lifestyle, high carb, was curiosity and being able to experiment and try something new. So that's the first thing in my head. I know that it's possible. I know that humans have an incredible ability to do long distance. We are great long distance athletes. We're one of the best species in the world for long distance. We may not have the best natural sort of strength or the best speed overall, but in terms of endurance, we kick ass. We kick some serious ass. So I know it's possible. I also know that it's possible to eat a high fruit, high carb, low fat, plant-based lifestyle containing lots of fruits and vegetables because I've done it for many years. I've been vegan 8 years. The majority of that is high carb, low fat vegan, and recent years, high fruit, lots of fruit. And why I know this is possible is because biologically speaking, we are frugivores. And what that means is the bulk of our calories should be coming from fruit. We resemble fruit eaters, from our eyes to our taste buds to our digestive system. We have the same sort of teeth structure as frugivores. And whenever it comes to being attracted to our food and being able to eat our natural species-specific food in its natural form, fruit and tender leaves are the things that come close to that. We can't really eat meat and starches and stuff like that in their raw natural form, nor would most people want to. Someone's gonna say, well, you can eat meat, but how many people want to say there's like a dog there? How many people want to just run up to that dog and eat it? You know, not many. And how many people want to run up to like a bunch of like raw starches and eat it? Not many. It takes the technology of fire and takes the technology of cooking, and that technology is what we had to adapt to doing. But before we had to adapt to using fire, we had a species-specific diet, like the millions and millions of other species on this planet, and Mother Nature feeds them accordingly raw natural food that they're attracted to, and fruit is the only food that really seems to fit that bill in terms of appealing and taste sweet and stuff like that. And yeah, fruit is great. And the more fruit you eat, the healthier you get, because it's one of the #1 risk factors for death is not eating enough fruit, which makes sense because imagine taking a species is not feeding it a species-specific food. It's going to run into problems. So I also learned that walking and a high carb, high fruit, plant-based lifestyle, lots of fruits and vegetables, is an incredible weight loss tool. And they both individually are powerful, but whenever combined, do incredible things, you know, in terms of health and weight loss. Now, the first one was walking. The Amish community have been studied. They average around 14 to 18,000 steps every single day, and they have incredibly low rates of obesity. Now, whenever you look at the activity of walking, it's a cardiovascular activity, burns up a lot of calories, burns up a lot of carbohydrates, so you got to top up on carbohydrates, and it is a low impact activity, so you can do it every day. You could even do it on grass, and which is even softer to walk on, and you can get even max cushion shoes to make it even easier to walk. And it builds the strength in the legs. The more muscle you build, the more calories you burn. It's a fun activity, it's social, it can be integrated into most people's lives because people have to go to work, go to the shop, etc. But they don't necessarily have to, but they can use that activity for that. And if you look at it in nature, we'd be walking all the time. So great weight loss tool. And then whenever you look at the diet, high carb, plant-based lifestyle containing lots of fruits and vegetables. Whenever you look at the blue zones and you look at the Seventh-day Adventists and stuff like that, you see that in the Seventh-day Adventist group, the vegans in that group had the best BMI, out of all the groups. And if you just look at a high carb, low fat vegan lifestyle containing lots of fruits, starches, lots of vegetables, the constitution of these foods is high in carb, low in fat. And if you want to lose excess amounts of fat, topping up on meat and dairy and oil and cream and cheese and butter is just going to slow your progress. But then whenever you cut all those things out and you load up on mangoes and dates and bananas and figs, and on the starch end, potatoes, corn, squash, sweet potatoes, millet, rice, and you eat tons of vegetables, tons of green leafy vegetables, broccoli, kale, collards, mushrooms, carrots, and you add in lots of berries and all these different things. These are high carb, low fat foods, and you're going to lose a lot of weight and reach your natural BMI. And guess what? Out of those two, the diet is going to do more in terms of your weight loss goals. And the reason I say that is because there are tons of people out there who try to walk a lot to lose weight, but they still are eating a diet that's so high in fat, so high in oil, so high in animal grease. Even in the vegan side, they're having too much processed foods containing lots of oil, lots excess amounts of nuts and seed. I'm talking excess amounts of nuts and seeds, and they're just not seeing progress, even though they're walking a lot. Yeah, the walking is helping, but they're in this cycle of like trying to exercise off their diet. So I would say in a category, if someone said, what do you think is better for weight loss? Is it the diet? I would say 100% yes, because at least if you're eating a healthy diet, you reduce your chances of getting the top killers, the heart disease and all these different things. But this video is not about that. Whenever you combine them both, you go to the next level. You go to the next freaking level. All right, it's almost kind of like a machine where you can like filter people through. And the two ingredients in the machine is walking, and the other one is a plant-based lifestyle, high in fruit, lots of vegetables, etc. And you just see people just popping out the other end, lean, fit, and healthy. So I also learned that during the 20,000 steps a day walking challenge, that yoga and daily stretching, weekly yoga classes are absolutely essential, because even though walking is a low impact exercise and the chances of injury are a lot lower than say running, if you're doing something for if you're walking 10 miles, you're working the muscles, you are doing a sort of repetitive sort of exercise, so you want to further reduce your chances of any complications by stretching out the muscles, by making yourself a lot more flexible. You don't want to feel stiff and tense, and that is what I felt whenever I wasn't, I'd miss certain days of stretching and not really go to yoga or do yoga classes online or anything like that. So just learn from me. Definitely make stretching and yoga classes a part of your walking routine. You will have more fun, you'll be more present to the moment, more relaxed, and yeah, your legs will feel far better. It's a holistic experience. It's a diet. It's improving your flexibility, stretching out any muscle sort of soreness, and getting the cardiovascular exercise and stuff like that. So that is one of the things I've learned. Absolutely essential: daily stretching and yoga classes. So hit it up. Maybe even Pilates. But what about emotions while walking 20,000 steps a day, every single day for a month? Now, I find that walking is a fantastic tool to be able to overcome negative emotions. Emotions of fear, worry, anxiety. I find that walking is a great tool for that. Why? Because whenever you're walking, not only are you stimulating endorphins that make you feel happy, you're outside more, serotonin, you get more serotonin, you're building strength, you're building fitness, and as well, you're out in nature, you're breathing better. You know, you're surrounded by lots of nature sounds and things are green, and you're keeping your mind occupied by an activity. So I find that it just creates the space for you to be able to breathe into negative emotions. This is what I find myself doing whenever they arise, just sitting with it and breathing it in. And just remembering what a lot of Buddhist teachers would say is that, like, you know, our emotions are kind of like the cloud. They have many forms and they come and go. And we could also look at our negative emotions kind of like cars on the road. And instead of trying to jump into a car and get taken away to wherever that emotion leads you, you can just sit back and observe and just notice the nature of the emotions, that they're just coming and going. So, is walking a great tool to help you overcome negative emotions? Yes. So with 30-day challenges, you're gonna come to a point where you're like, oh, you know, I don't want to do this, I want to give up, etc. Like, why am I doing this? And I find that in those moments, it really helps to have social support, really helps to have a why, a huge list of reasons why you're doing this. Maybe you want to lose weight, maybe you want to help the animals, maybe you want to, you know, build a community. Maybe you actually just want to be a happier person, just getting outside more, moving the body more. You know, maybe, you know, just to, you know, help a relative out by, you know, showing them an example of someone, you know, succeeding for in a sustainable way. You know, eating a plant-based lifestyle high in fruit and walking. Whatever your motivation is, it really helps in those moments to be able to sort of overcome the sort of aspect within us that just wants to give up. It's not even like a physical thing. You could be physically okay, but a part of you is just like, why am I doing this? You know, there was time during the challenge where I was feeling kind of tired and my legs were a bit sore. I wasn't doing stretching or nothing like that, and I was like, why am I doing this? And I'm like, oh, you know, this requires a good bit of time from my day. And reaching out to an individual online, call him Independent Variable on YouTube, because he's doing this challenge with me. We kind of were the ones who like sort of talked it out and was like, let's do this. And reaching out and just communicating and just knowing that he was going through it too kind of held me sort of more accountable. It was just great to have social support in those times, just by relating, just by talking to someone doing the same challenge. So this is what I want this video to be about. You know, anyone who attempts to do a walking challenge and combine it with a plant-based lifestyle, whether it's high in fruit, high in vegetables, high in if you're doing starches, definitely comment below just to let people know that you are also out there, you're doing it. And it's good to have social support and have a community of people who are doing a certain activity or who have already done a certain activity, so they can give you help and experience and guidance in those moments whenever you're like, because they've been there too. So this challenge has been fun. It's been empowering. It's tested me at times, and yeah, it's an incredible testament to what a high carb, low-fat vegan lifestyle can do for health and weight loss. And if you want to see recipes, high carb, low-fat vegan recipes that can help support you along your plant-based journey, your walking journey, then I will leave a link in the description section below for my ebook. And I will also be writing an ebook around walking and just talking about what I learned during this journey. My ultimate goal is to help the world to be a happier, healthier, fitter place, and also just to share my experiences in all the different areas that sort of fascinate me. So with that being said, thank you very much for watching this video. I wish you health and happiness, peace, love, and veganism. I'm out.